A lot of films are based on true stories. However, these examples are not, despite what they may claim. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movies that lied about being based on a true story.
We have his picture. If we see him or he's picked up or something happened, we contact you at Hostel. Yeah?
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at films that made us believe they were based on a true story, when in fact, they are entirely fictional. These movies can either be complete fiction with no basis whatsoever in reality, or movies that have twisted their real-life inspiration so much that very little remains of the actual story. Please note, these movies don't have to come out and declare they were based on true stories. As long as the movie itself heavily implies or somehow makes us believe that the events were true, it will be included.
We can't speculate as to what the cause or the motive may have been. They're not ruling out any possibilities. However, at this time, we don't want to speculate on what may or may not have been the cause.
Number 10. The Wicker Man.
In the woods there grew a tree, and a fine, fine tree was he.
The Wicker Man is a classic horror movie that sees a Christian police officer investigating a disappearance on the pagan island of Summerisle. The opening credits to the directors and theatrical versions read, quote, "The producer would like to thank the Lord Summerisle and the people of his island off the west coast of Scotland for this privileged insight into their religious practices and for their generous cooperation in the making of this film." It certainly gets us in the mood for the story, but it is a blatant fabrication. There is no island of Summerisle, and the Lord Summerisle is nothing but a fictional creation connivingly played by Christopher Lee.
He had his chance, and in modern parlance, blew it.
Number 9. The Devil Inside.
Please! I know this woman. She's misdated. Do it now!
The Devil Inside not only employs the documentary gimmick to make it appear more authentic, it also spun the true story angle through its marketing too. For example, the trailer begins with the official phone call from Maria Rossi dated October 30th, 1989. However, the biggest lie comes at the end, when viewers are told that the murder investigations are still unresolved, and that they can visit a website if they want more information. Naturally, some curious moviegoers visited the site, only to find basic promotional materials. Despite its authentic tone, the final caption was nothing but a ploy to add last-minute chills.
You're a brood in the nest of serpents! We come from the serpent of God!
Number 8. The Haunting in Connecticut.
60! Here I come!
The Haunting in Connecticut is a lot like Amityville Horror, just without the accolades. The Haunting in Connecticut is supposed to be based on the real-life haunting of the Snedeker family, and was based on Ray Garton's book In a Dark Place, the story of a true haunting. However, the book and movie are almost entirely fictional. Ray Garton has since disputed the accuracy of his own book, and was allegedly told by Ed Warren, who helped the real Snedeker family, to make up the scary events of the story. While the family may be based on real people, the events of the movie are almost entirely fictional.
We met at the
Get out of my house!
Get out, it's fine.
Yeah, we met at the hospital. I'm receiving treatment there.
Get out!
He called me for advice.
Number 7. Wolf Creek.
Oh, I can tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
Wolf Creek is a terrifying movie about 3 backpackers who were hunted by a man named Mick Taylor in the Australian outback. While the movie claimed to be based on a true story, it was actually an amalgamation of 2 separate real-life events. The first was the Backpacker Murders, a series of 7 killings committed by Ivan Milat in New South Wales. The other was the murder of Peter Falconio at the hands of Bradley Murdoch. While the character of Mick Taylor was modeled heavily after Ivan Milat, Wolf Creek is more of an amalgamation and a reflection on Australia's violent past than a direct adaptation of specific real events.
Oh, I get around, you know. Never know where I might pop up.
Number 6. Cannibal Holocaust.
It's horrible. I can't understand the reason for such cruelty.
While the genre may have been popularized by the Blair Witch Project, Cannibal Holocaust was an innovator in the found footage genre. The movie is about a documentary film crew who supposedly went missing after encountering a cannibalistic tribe in the Amazon. To further add to its supposed realism, the actors signed contracts stating that they wouldn't appear in a public or promotional capacity for 1 year after the movie's release. The movie was so convincing that officials believed the footage to be real and charged the director, Ruggero Deodato, with murder. To clear his name, Deodato was forced to bring the actors out of hiding to prove the footage wasn't real.
John, I want this material burned. All of it.
Number 5. Hostel.
Did you not listen to my messages? I told you, I got locked in a storage room. I don't know, I got sick and passed out.
Hostel is certainly disturbing and revolting, but what it's not is inspired by real events, despite what the trailers may have you believe. Although, if inspired means Eli Roth was inspired to make the movie after hearing a silly internet rumor, then sure, Hostel was inspired by true events. According to Roth, he thought of the story after stumbling across a website that offered psychotic thrill seekers the chance to torture and kill someone for $10,000. The website also allegedly came with a video of a person shooting someone else in the head. However, these rumors are completely unsubstantiated, and even Eli Roth doubts the authenticity of the website.
You are so far from home.
Number 4. The Blair Witch Project.
So sorry.
Cannibal Holocaust may have pioneered the found footage genre, but the Blair Witch Project put it on the map. The movie's website featured real police reports and interviews. Flyers of the missing students were distributed at film festivals. A fake documentary was made detailing the story and the curse of the Blair Witch. The actors were even listed as presumed dead on their IMDb pages. All this led to heated discussions on the internet, as many people genuinely believed the footage to be real. Of course, it was all a marketing gimmick, and the movie helped usher in a new era of horror films.
I'm gonna die out here.
Number 3. Nanook of the North. This documentary, released in 1922, showed the lives of the Inuit of Quebec's Ungava Peninsula. It was a monumental film that helped open new avenues of visual information, and a lot of it was total hooey. Nanook was not the man's real name, nor was that his real family. Flaherty had the Inuit cast wear traditional clothing and use harpoons when they were all well accustomed to Western clothing and firearms. Fabricated igloos were built specifically for the camera. In one scene, Nanook humorously tries to eat a phonograph. As you can imagine, the real man knew exactly what a phonograph was. The director clearly had a vision of what he wanted to show people, real or not. Number 2. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I think we just picked up Dracula.
Where you headed, man?
South, you work at that place?
This movie's scary enough as is. There's no need to pretend it's real. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre was originally marketed as a true story, and even features an opening proclaiming, quote,
"The film which you are about to see is an account of the tragedy which befell a group of 5 youths."
However, the movie story is 100% fictional. While the character of Leatherface was influenced by real-life murderer and corpse exhumer Ed Gein, the way he's portrayed in the movie, his family, and the teenagers he kills are all fictional creations made specifically to scare theatergoers. And did they ever? Number 1. Fargo.
So, we all set on this thing then?
Sure, Jerry, we're all set. Why wouldn't we be?
Fargo opens with text claiming that the movie is based on a real event that occurred in Minnesota, and that names have been changed. It's typical text you'd find in a movie actually based on a true story, but the film is entirely fictional. While the Coen brothers have spoken of various influences over the years, Joel Coen claimed in 2015 that the story was, quote, completely made up. This false proclamation led to an urban legend that claims that a woman named Takako Kunishi died while trying to find the money Carl buried in the snow. However, her death was ruled a suicide, and the Fargo connection was considered a mere misunderstanding.
I'm sorry, sir.
What the Christ?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.